Martin in real time. Weekdays, 4 to 6 p.m. right here on KBLA Talk 1580. Be sure to tune in weekdays at 4:35 p.m. for your daily download on the federal bribery trial of LA City Council member Mark Ridley Thomas. The case is sure to have many twists and turns, and our program will be the show of record in the case of United States versus Mark Ridley Thomas. We have our own seasoned justice correspondent who will be checking in with us to keep you up to speed on the daily details of this high-profile legal case. Be sure to tune in to Areva Martin in real time, weekdays at 4:35 p.m. for United States versus Mark Ridley Thomas, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Order in the court.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
When we fall in love, some part of us is always hoping we finally met the person we're going to spend the rest of our lives with. That's why it's so hard for us to make up our minds about whether or not we should leave a relationship when we no longer feel happy. We're always holding out hope that things might get better somehow. On the other hand, however, it's difficult to know for certain if your feelings for someone really have changed, or if you and your partner are just going through a rough patch. After all, you wouldn't want to give up on someone and throw everything you have with them just to spend the rest of your life wondering if you made a mistake. With that said, here are 7 telltale signs that you are falling out of love with your partner. 1. You notice more of their flaws. When you first fall in love, you can't help but adore all the little quirks that made them who they are, like their need to win at everything or correct other people's grammar all the time. But as your feelings start to fade, so does your fondness for their so-called quirks. All the things you used to find so endearing are now starting to get on your nerves. Their flaws become harder to ignore, and you find yourself feeling more irritable around them. It's a subtle shift in your attitude towards them, but it's also an early warning that you may be falling out of love with your partner. 2. You don't communicate as much. Whenever you're having a bad day or just received some great news, your partner was always the first person you wanted to tell, right? They were your favorite person to talk to, and some days you felt like you could just sit and chat with them for hours on end about everything on your mind. But lately, you don't feel like talking to them much anymore, and you're not as open as you used to be with each other. You talk to your friends more than with them because you feel like you can't speak your mind anymore around them. take this as a definite sign that you and your partner may be growing apart. 3. You spend less time with them. Have you stopped?
Oh, Lord, oh, Lord. Listen, you know I'm going to hit you with the topics that make you think. Let's talk about it. Last Friday, we did a topic called play, where we were talking about how play can increase the bonding, right? Can increase the intimacy, just can increase the overall fun of a relationship. And we were talking about how that inner child doesn't always have to manifest itself as unhealed wounds. That inner child can manifest itself as playtime in a relationship. And playtime and allowing your inner child to have fun and play is crucial to intimacy building. Today, and this topic comes from someone, they emailed me and they sent me some questions, and of course, I took it to the next level. Tonight's topic, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. All you got to do is go to your phone lines because this is an open discussion. You know, I love to bring people in from all over the country to discuss these conversations. I want you to participate. I want you to contribute. Please understand, this is a no disrespect fly zone. You can say what you want to say. I'm not obligated to agree, but I will not disrespect your opinion, your perspective. All you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580. Tonight's topic, our relationship has fallen and it can't get up. Then get gone then. I'm sorry. Our relationship has fallen and it can't get up. What are the signs of falling out of love? Is it even possible to fall out of love? Eesh. Eesh. How long does falling out of love last? Eesh. We talked about a couple of episodes ago, we talked about how, typically people, and a lot of times people like to attribute this to women, but I think it's men as well. Typically, a breakup just doesn't happen instantly. It happens over time, right? So when someone builds up enough courage to come to you and say, look, I think we probably have run our course, those particular thoughts or that particular thought may have been in their mind 6 months, 8 months, a year, 18 months. You never know. Because people feel like when they're breaking up with you, we don't really have to go back and rehash when I decided this. I'm here at the moment. So this is not, and what's cold about breakups is once I inform you, it's me informing you. It's not up for discussion, really. It's not like you can come in and be like, but wait a minute, hold on. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just pointing this out. Here's my resignation. This is not like, here, take that back. No, they've turned it in, right? So, how long does falling out of love last? And I asked a crucial question before that. Is it even possible to fall out of love? Were you ever really in love to begin with? You might have been in attachment, and then the bond of attachment loosened, or maybe your grip on this relationship loosened because the groundwork for the relationship you want has been built. Ooh, see, I know people don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm not afraid of any relationship conversation. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Get in here, get in here, get in here, get in here. Let's talk about it. Here's an even more powerful question. Can you decide to fall out of love? You know what? I'm cool. I'm done. I've made the conscious choice to step away from you. I'm about done. I think I've seen all I can see here. I believe we live in this time. I believe we live in a time where true, authentic, deep, high conscious bonds are just simply too rare. Right? Because, like, people talk, oh, it's fanciful, or it's the spirit talk and all of that. To them, that is as real as Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. That is as real as the Teletubbies. That is as real as Winnie the Pooh. Spirit stuff, high conscious relation, it's not real for the average person. The average person needs tangibles in their relationship. Are you feeding my wounds' desires? Are you feeding my needs? Yes, these are needs that, of course, I could feed myself. However, my needs are built into my expectations of you. When you let me down, love fades. You better stop bastardizing the word love. It's one of the most bastardized terms in the English language. Love. Oh, I love you. Everybody love. But when you start going through hell, when you start going through difficulty, which is part of the crucible for reaching the higher consciousness that leads to love, you got to go through the flames of life, the flames of adversity. Many people don't know how to do that. So then their partner gets turned into the problem, the villain for what's going wrong in their life. They become too much. They become overwhelming. 1-800-920-1580. Somebody call me. Somebody call me. I know you've been through it. Can we choose to consciously fall out of love? I've had enough. This high level of consciousness, you mean the same level of consciousness that God had in John 3:16? For God so loved the world that he sacrificed his only begotten. To me, that's the highest level of love. That particular verse is a metaphor for sacrifice. And sacrifice doesn't count unless what you're sacrificing matters. And in the case of intimate relationships, you know what matters most? Figo. Fear and ego. So love, true love, asks you to sacrifice fear and ego. Oh, Lord, no. And a lot of people are not sacrificing either one of those. Because fear is connected to trust. Trust is connected to certainty and predictability and consistency. You know, a lot of women talk, I need consistency in this relationship. Whoa, hey, hold on. Life is gray. How do you get consistency out of gray? Life is uncertain at the fundamental level. But I need you to be consistent. Okay, cool. Here, let's keep it going. I want to know, can lost feelings for your significant other ever be rekindled authentically? Ooh, can you fall out of love with a soulmate? And if you could, were they ever really a soulmate? Yeesh. Is it possible to still deeply love your partner even though their behavior has fractured the rose-colored glasses you previously viewed them through? Ooh. I'm not playing with y'all tonight. I don't feel like playing. It's Wednesday. I want to get us to the weekend. Huh? I want to get us to the weekend with something on our mind. Is it possible to still deeply and unconditionally love your significant other, even though their behavior has fractured the rose-colored glasses you previously viewed them through. How much influence does your pair of rose-colored glasses affect the intensity of the love you say you have for your significant other? Ooh, Lord. 1-800-920-1580. Somebody get to me. Somebody get to their phone lines. Somebody get in here and testify and speak on the truth. I'm going to tell you right now. Most people in relationship, their love is fading every day. Most people are relying more on coping mechanisms than they are on cultivating unconditional love. Most people are in relationships just coping, just surviving, coping and hoping. Ooh, I hope something change. I hope they change. I hope we change. Lord have mercy. Oh, true or false? A sudden change in feelings doesn't necessarily mean your relationship is over, but this could be a good time to reflect on if this relationship is actually working for you. I think a lot of people are just waiting until they cultivate the courage to say what both people are actually feeling. You mean to tell me you can't feel something off? You done slightly changed your behavior. Things are different. Huh. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready. When I come forward, the voice of reason. Oh, Lord, we gonna keep cooking. I'm bringing callers in from all over the nation if you want to talk about it, if you want to be transparent, if you want to open up and share some truth about how you're really feeling. Tonight's the night to do it, because I got a lot to talk about.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hello, this is Dr. Rosie Milligan, self-appointed mayor of South Central Los Angeles, calling authors and business owners. Get ready for Black Writers on Tour, plus Business and Tech Expo, Saturday, March 25th, 2023, 10 to 3 p.m. It's a face-to-face event at the Carson Community Center.
Authors, aspiring writers, learn how to write, publish, and sell your book. Business owners, let people know where you're at, and much more. 323-750-3592. It's a free event. You heard right, free. And there's something for everybody. Go to blackwritersontour.com and register today. 323-750-3592.
Literacy is everybody's business. Black Writers on Tour, Saturday, March 25th, 2023, 10 to 3 p.m. I'm looking to see you face to face. 323-750-3592 or visit blackwritersontour.com. Don't miss it.
Thanks to our new sponsor, Lendistry. Lendistry is a national Black-led small business lender that is headquartered in Los Angeles. Lendistry helps small business owners access the affordable capital needed to grow. Visit Lendistry, LENDISTRY.com/KBLA today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action is the youth component of the impactful CBO, known as the Community Coalition. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action has chapters at almost every South LA high school. Say Yeah, as they are popularly known, is located at 80th and Vermont, but serves young people all over South LA. Under the COCO umbrella, they train youth organizers, help underserved scholars prepare for college, and work with students to help them gain admission to top universities. South Central Youth Empowered Through Action fosters teen activism, where young people have led campaigns moving tens of millions of dollars to South LA schools and forcing officials to make AP classes available to students in under-resourced institutions. SCES scholars have taken part in the March on Washington, been published in major news outlets, and been elected to city council. Long before she was mayor, Karen Bass started the program when she founded the Community Coalition. To donate, volunteer, or enroll a student in South Central Youth Empowered Through Action, please visit cocsouthla.org. cocsouthla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
My playlist is my co-host. Legendary Earth, Wind, and Fire, After the Love Is Gone. Do you know it's natural for love to wax and wane? That's what people believe. I don't believe that. I believe it's natural for attachment to wax and wane. We have bastardized the term love. You can't say in one breath from a theological and religious context that God is love. Because if God is love, then the love you have in your relationship, the love you have for your family, the love you have for your spouse, the love you have for your children is an extension of God. So God is waxing and waning now. God got phases like the moon. Sometimes God love you. Sometimes God, he don't love you. What? I believe it is attachment that is waxing and waning. I believe that it is codependence that is waxing and waning. I don't think codependence is one strong just bond that's there. I don't believe that attachment is just one strong. I believe that there are weaknesses in codependence. I believe that there are weaknesses and soft spots in attachment. And I believe that's the thing that's waxing and waning. Love is just too damn rare. Now, I know you don't believe me. But I don't care. Love is a high level of consciousness. It is a frequency. It is a vibration that you can only tap into when you get outside of fear and ego. It is a vibration that you can only tap into when you get outside of the dictates of wounds that have yet to be healed. You got to get outside of your normal. You got to get outside of how you were raised. You got to get outside of your belief system. I love the way Robert Anton Wilson framed belief system. He said, belief system can be reduced to two letters, BS. And you got to learn when your belief system has started BSing you. Because what happens with your belief system? You start projecting it on others. Ooh, I know people don't want to hear it tonight. But I'm going to tell you right now, love is a rare level that few couples ever attain. Ask yourself a question. What ends relationships? People say, well, it wasn't the love. I loved them. Let me tell you something about love. I mean, the real thing. The high conscious in alignment with God love. That's the fuel that gets you through every difficulty. That's the thing that remains after everything else has burnt to the ground. That's the fuel that'll help you go get help. Right? Love is the conscious level that'll go, hey, you know what? I recognize that I'm not a good communicator. Let me go get some help. I recognize that my wounds are actually dictating how I behave in relationship, how I show up or not show up. Let me go get some help. Love is the force that pushes you there. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people do not understand that. Oh, I'm here to tell you that love is one of those things that will break down fear. Because love and fear cannot exist in the same space at the same time. If love is being pushed out by fear, what you're going to find is that the attachments start to grow stronger. The codependence starts to grow stronger. I'm here to tell you now, your love is fading, right? Because it's not love to begin with. It's attachment. It's codependence. It's fear. It's ego. And typically when people break up, it's only because they found a situation that they think is better than this one. I'm sorry. I'm here to tell you the truth this evening. Do you want to hear it? Like to hear it? Here it go. Why did I suddenly lose feelings for my spouse, partner, and or significant other? Do you know why? Let's be honest and answer that question. Agree or disagree, your feelings for your partner might have changed if you're suddenly seeing the relationship in a new light. Have you talked about this new light with your partner? Have you shared the new light that you see? Or does fear say, listen, I got too much time, energy, and money tied up into this situation. I'm too codependent right now. I'm too attached right now. The sex is too good. The money is too good. You know what I'm saying? It's too much that I've got into this thing that I can't give up at this point. I'm at the point of no return. But your spirit is saying, this is the door to leave. If so-called love is waning, love don't fade, but attachments can. Codependence can. I know. When I come forward, we're going to go to the phone lines. We're all over the country already. 1-800-920-1580. If you want to join this discussion, if you want to bring your city in the building, if you've got a lot to talk about, now's the time to do it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The White House is not responding to allegations that members of President Biden's family received payments indirectly from a Chinese company. Speaking to reporters, Press Secretary African-American Karine Jean-Pierre said House Republicans have been lying for years on this issue. Black Mayor of New Orleans, Louisiana, LaToya Cantrell, is making her first public comments since the governor's office said the recall petition against her failed. Cantrell said the recall attempt was meant to discredit her as mayor. She added it feels like a weight has been lifted and she'll continue to do the best job she can for everyone in New Orleans. Actress Sheryl Lee Ralph is fangirling over Beyonce. The Long Island native told a New York radio station she met Beyonce at the post-Oscars Vanity Fair party in Hollywood. She said Beyonce has a glow and told the superstar, "You're just getting better with time." And that is the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Find everything you love listening to on Audible. Hear celebrity memoirs, mysteries, true crime, sci-fi, and more. Audible is the home of storytelling, audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com.
It's getting hot in here.
KBLA Talk 1580 is apparently the talk of the town. From the LA Times to our talk radio competitors.
Hey, there was a story in the LA Times about Tavis Smiley. Now he is back with his own radio station, KBLA, black-owned and oriented towards the black audience. So, Mo, considering your knowledge of Tavis in his audience, what's your take on this?
Well, I think in a general industry sense, I think it's always good when there are more outlets, there are more talk radio, there's more voices and representation. At that point, I think talk radio had been too homogenous for too long.
Real quickly, is it going to succeed, yes or no?
I think it's going to succeed.
You think?
There's a new sheriff in town.
We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we don't black down.
Has child support suspended your license? Illegal. Has child support been reported on your credit report? Illegal. Log on to childsupportisfraud.com for more information.
California is a great place to live and work, but those aren't easy things to do for students also going to college. That's why the state created the Californians for All College Corps, a way for students to build skills and help others while earning up to $10,000 for school. Commit to serve your community and we'll help you pay for college. Spots will fill up fast, so learn more and apply today at www.cacollegecorps.com. That's www.cacollegecorps.com. California is a great place to live and work, but those aren't easy things to do for students also going to college. That's why the state created the Californians for All College Corps, a way for students to build skills and help others while earning up to $10,000 for school. Commit to serve your community and we'll help you pay for college. Spots will fill up fast, so learn more and apply today at www.cacollegecorps.com. That's www.cacollegecorps.com.
Congratulations to Revolution Company for being this week's winner of KBLA's Office of the Week. Log on to KBLA1580.com to enter your office to win lunch for 10, delivered by John O'Groats Family Restaurant.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Tell me I'm the boy that girl.
I'm young, gifted, and black. At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
Hey there, I'm Jared Hill, president of the National Association of Black Journalists of Los Angeles, and I just want to say thank you for the benevolent $10,000 donation and scholarships for the next generation of black journalists.
And I'm Haywood Galbraith, photojournalist and founder of the Minority Photojournalism Institute. Thanks, KBLA, for your generous $10,000 scholarship gift to help us train the next generation of black photojournalists.
Congratulations to all the students who will benefit from the scholarship dollars raised at our Black History Month luncheon, honoring black legends in LA media. When we come forward at KBLA Talk 1580, we're bringing everybody with us. Everybody with us. Everybody with us. Everybody with us. Everybody with us.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
the birds. You ain't nothing but a vulture. Always hoping for the worst, waiting for me to. You regret the day when I find another girl, yeah. They know just what I need, she know just what I mean. When I tell her keep it drama free. Whoa,
Chalking up the
yeah. Told you that I'm leaving. Whoa. I know you mad, but so what? I wish you best of luck. Now I'm finna throw them deuces up. I'm on some new, I'm chucking my deuces up.
Can I say it again? My playlist is my co-host. The brother Chris Brown chimed in with deuces. Let me tell you something, man. It's real simple. You know if you have love because attachment does not control the direction of the relationship. You know you have love because codependence doesn't control the direction of the relationship. You know you have love because fear and ego does not control the direction of the relationship. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it that way, but that's what it is. As Krishnamurti would say, love is not mere attachment to your baby. Love is not attachment in any form. Love is not jealousy, ambition, for fulfillment, or becoming. Love is not desire or pleasure, the fulfillment of desire, which is pleasure, not love. See, you need to understand something. You are in an attachment-based culture. You're in an outcome-based culture. You attach your identity to what you have achieved. You don't even know that that's a reflection of you and not the whole you. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it tonight, but guess what? I don't give two shakes of a fat rat's ass about it. I'm sorry. I don't care. I just don't care this evening. Our relationship has fallen and it can't get up. Then get gone. I'm not here to babysit your flaws. And you're not here to babysit mine. I'm responsible for mine. You be responsible for yours. And if you get better and I get better, then maybe we can get better. But I know your flaws better not point a finger at my flaws, and I'm going to keep my flaws fingers to themselves. 1-800-920-1580, 100. Just get here. We need to talk to you this evening. We need to talk to you this evening. Sermon is happening. Get ready. Yes. Let's get to the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. Who's been on the longest? My brother Truemonger, Dallas, Texas, makes it in first. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, brother. What we doing tonight?
Man, trying to take in this topic.
Yes, sir. Let's talk. I know you got something for me.
Now I might. Let's see. Is it possible to fall out of love? Of course. In most of those cases, the person wasn't really in love with the actual person anyway. They were in love with the idea of it, of being a couple, or not really getting to know the person, not really being a friend to that person first. A lot of relationships, people aren't friends. A lot of relationships, people are in relationship with strangers, and they might get to know each other as they're already in it. I'm like, man, if you really care about that person, you're going to love them whether you're with them or not. And the circumstances might change. You may move on from each other. But if you really care about the actual person, that love don't fade, in my opinion.
I believe you. But I think what I'm saying is a lot of people have attributed low vibrational concepts and ideas to love. Love is not jealous. Love is not
Right.
fear-based. Love is not ego-based, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love is an entirely different level of consciousness. You've heard me say this before, right? I simply said, look, people say, oh, love is a verb. Love is a set of actions. Well, that's for somebody who needs to be shown something. That's for people who need for love to be proven. To say that I got to prove love means you don't believe in it unless somebody shows it. See, love is an internal process. You listen, I can't show you what you haven't cultivated within yourself. So if you haven't cultivated a deep degree of self-love, you're going to attribute love as being a set of actions that are done for you. And when people stop doing, you think they stop loving. Come on, brother.
People have to experience that and learn as they go through certain things. Some people may never learn that until it's time for them to go. Or it gets close to that time for them to check out. It's like every relationship is supposed to be a learning experience, right? You're supposed to learn something about yourself, regardless if you're still with that person or if you end up going into a different relationship. You're supposed to learn something every time. And I think most people grow to that point where the love has no judgment, no expectations, any of that. Because I went through that myself. I had to learn that as I grew more into myself. So it's up to the person whether they really want to take on that lesson. Because a lot of people tend to try to avoid lessons that will actually help them. They would rather stick with what they feel is comfortable.
Right.
But nothing good ever comes from comfort.
Right.
Nothing good takes place there.
None but monotony comes from comfort.
Pretty much.
Ooh. Hey, true monger, man. Hey, I love you, brother, man. I appreciate you for bringing Dallas, Texas in the building. You know, like nobody else, man. You got a place at the table, man. Thank you so much for calling in. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Krishnamurti puts it this way: freedom and love go together. Love is not a reaction. If I love you because you love me, that is mere trade, a thing to be bought in the market. It is not love. To love is not to ask for anything in return, not even to feel that you are giving something. And it is only such a love that can know freedom. Most of us don't know freedom. All we know is care. And when you look up the word care, what does care mean? It means pain. It means sorrow. It means burden. And most people won't be honest, but their partner is a burden to their emotions, a burden to their life. Can we be honest? You're only happy when we're doing something. But you're not happy when we're just being who we are. 1-800-920-1580. Who wants to talk real talk tonight? When we come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines. I know I'm on my soapbox this evening, but it's been sitting on my heart. Somebody sent this topic in. They need help. I'm trying to deliver it unto them. I've got a lot to talk about, and the phone lines are cracking. We're going to get to it when we come forward. More from KBLA's National Callers.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Women's History Month continues as we honor the Black women who have made a way for us throughout history. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by Lendistry. Civil rights activist and broadcasting executive Zernona Clayton has been honored in Atlanta for all her astounding efforts within the civil rights movement over the years. On International Women's Day, she was honored with an 8-foot statue by sculptor Ed White in downtown Atlanta. Some of her contributions to the movement include being instrumental instrumental in the desegregation of Atlanta's hospitals, going undercover to investigate employment discrimination, organizing events for the SCLC at the time of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and more. I'm Aisha Cairo, and that's your K-Black Minute News.
Thanks to our news sponsor, Lendistry. Lendistry is a national Black-led small business lender that is headquartered in Los Angeles. Lendistry helps small business owners access the affordable capital needed to grow. Visit Lendistry, LENDISTRY.com/KBLA today.
KBLA Talk 1580 celebrates Women's History Month, sponsored by Walmart. As we celebrate Women's History Month this month, KBLA Talk 1580 would like to spotlight women leaders in our community who are creating positive change. If you or someone you know is making a difference in your community, please nominate them with a 50-word or less post on why you feel they should be included in the KBLA Women's Series, sponsored by Walmart. These women leaders will be featured on KBLA, interviewed on KBLA, and participate in a panel discussion hosted by Reva Martin in real time. Visit the KBLA app or log on to KBLA1580.com to nominate a woman in your community that is creating positive change. This has been a KBLA Talk 1580 community call to action.
Our Weekly Los Angeles is the largest audited Black newspaper in the state of California, with a distribution of over 50,000 copies weekly. Pick up a copy every Thursday to get the latest news on African American communities of LA. You can also keep up with what's going on in Los Angeles and surrounding cities by going to www.ourweekly.com. The Our Weekly website is updated daily with the current news about us and for us. For your advertising needs, Our Weekly offers economical advertising packages to fit your budget. Feel free to call Our Weekly Los Angeles at 323-905-1300 or visit the website at www.ourweekly.com. Our Weekly Los Angeles, reporting news that matters to you.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving up is hard to do. When you really love someone, giving up so hard to do. When you still depend upon her warm and tender touch, her kiss and her caress. Oh, that used to mean so much. And bring you happiness. Oh, but my light of hope is burning dim.
Let it go.
But
what y'all know about this? Do y'all know anything about it?
in my heart I pray.
Legendary Donny Hathaway. Giving up is so hard to do. Donny Hathaway, in my opinion, one of the only voices that could rival Luther Vandross, Nat King Cole, all-time legendary vocalist, man. Donny Hathaway died too soon. Died too soon. But yo, the fire and the passion in that song, that's different, right? Giving up is hard to do. when you still depend on this person to give you hugs and kisses and pour love into you. Woo! 1-800-920-1580. The phone lines are cracking. Let's get our people in here. Who's been on the longest? Of course, Reggie from Austin, Texas. Get in here, Reggie. Talk to us, man.
Man, you asked a question at the beginning of the show about rose-colored glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's only possible to truly love after your rose-colored glasses have been broken. After your fantasies have been rearranged. You know, life is beautiful, but life is a struggle. It's a beautiful struggle, and it's only through some struggle that you understand or that you see whether or not you have something to hold on to.
Come on.
So, are you only in love with my actions or my essence? And if you can fall in love, then you can fall out of love. But what if you can grow in love? If you grow in love, then you can establish some type of roots, and that's true love.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a decision between a good and bad thing. I'm talking about a decision between a good and a great thing. It's easy to run away from something that's clearly bad, that's clearly against what you're for, something like that. But what about something that challenges your preconceived notions, like challenges your assumptions, challenges your fantasies about what you think love is and what you realize that love isn't? All those things. You have to ask yourself some questions, and you don't have all the answers. But the best person doesn't have all the answers. The best person asks the best questions. So I'm like, can you love in an authentic way? Can you love yourself in an authentic way? Is your relationship allowing you to see yourself and that other person in a real way instead of the fantasy way? And, it's kind of chopping through all those fantasies and chopping through all of the fairy tales and getting to something that's real. And that's what you can grow from. I'm not saying you should stay in something forever. You should leave if you want to leave, truly want to leave. But don't go until you truly see what you're leaving. And you can't find out what you're truly leaving if you don't give it a chance to be whatever it is.
Now, let me ask you this. When you say see what you're leaving, is seeing what you're leaving, is seeing understanding? Like understand what you're leaving, understanding what it is.
Seeing is not understanding necessarily, because you shouldn't trust everything you see. This is a world of illusion.
That's why I asked the question. Come on, keep going.
Absolutely. So you have to give it a chance to pass some tests. Give it a chance to get into understanding. And sometimes you have to just ask some questions and just wait a while. And I'm not saying what that while is. That's up to you and God to decide what the while is. But you got to give it a chance to be whatever it is. Sugar looks like salt from a distance. So I can't trust what I see.
You better taste it.
Right. You got to taste it and experience it and see what it's going to be. And you know what? Whatever you are today isn't what you're going to be tomorrow.
Come on,
So
brother.
give a person a chance to be all that they're going to be. Now, you can see that like oil is not water. It don't take you a month and a half to see that oil is not water. You know what I'm saying? You can see that from a mile away. But give a person a chance to be whatever it's going to be, and give you a chance to be what you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? You're not the same person today that you were in your last relationship. I hope not. I hope you grew from what you've been through. You know what I mean? And a lot of times you got to give yourself a chance to see, okay, what have I gone through? When you're going through something and you're battling through something, you kind of wear your army suit. And it's only after you take off your army suit and be whoever you're going to be that you say, man, I made it through that. I'm better than I was, or I'm worse, or whatever. And this is the help I need. All right, let me get this help and see what I'm going to be after I get this help, and then I can evaluate who I am. You got to level set yourself.
Wait, let me stop you. Let me stop you real quick, because I got to ask you this.
Yeah.
Because you just said see what you've gone through, and sometimes it's see what you're going through, right? But I'm gonna ask you this, or I'm gonna say something that I want you to get. I want to get your perspective on what I'm about to say. You can't let what you've been through or what you're going through become your potter's hands. In other words, whatever you've been through and are going through can't be allowed to mold who you are. Talk to me.
Absolutely. You have to use the feelings you receive in what you've gone through as messengers. Your feelings are messengers. They don't have the final word, but they have some words in how you make up your quality of life. So write down those feelings and see what you got and see why those feelings are where they are. And you can kind of unpack what that means. You know what I mean? And give yourself a chance to grow into what you're going to be. That's what I'm saying. Yep.
I love it, brother. Again, Reggie, Austin, Texas is in the building because of Reggie. The man's name is Reginald. It means regal, and he comes in and drops royal science every time he calls. Look, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. If it's fading, it was never love. It was only attachment. Oh, the Buddha said attachment is the source of suffering. See, we get a partner and our wounds attach to them because our wounds recognizes the hurt in them. The hurt is the engine for a wound. I know you don't want to hear it. The hurt is the engine for the wound. So my hurt engine sees your hurt engine and then we bond. But we're not in love. We're just attached. I know. I know you wasn't expecting to hear this tonight. Why is your relationship fading? Because I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you something right now. Your relationship is made of that multicolored money they used to give out in the 80s called food stamps. It's not real currency. It's fake. I know you're not ready to hear that. You know why you're attached to them. You know why. Relationship is a highly reflective classroom where the biofeedback you get from your partner is your personal curriculum. You want to break up, all you got to do is grow up spiritually, and these people will fall off like dead skin cells. When I come forward, the voice of reason, we going to Oakland, Northridge, and Los Angeles. Let's get it.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The White House is not responding to allegations